All right, there's shit to say, but I gotta start with our reinforcements. Give me a second. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys how to open a bottle of champagne. So you want to show the bottle to the guest, okay? You want to open the cork. Let me show you. I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so we've officially ripped through the foil, and now we want to keep the bottle at a tilted angle, about 45 degrees, and unscrew the cork. But do not take it off of the do not take the wire off of the cork. Okay, yeah, don't do that. You aren't supposed to do that, but that was an accident. So sorry. An imaginary person definitely just died. Lots of things I want to talk about tonight. Um, but we will kind of start a little bit slow. So let's actually see what this tastes like. Oh, that's really bad. It's very sugary. It's kind of cheap. Damn. It really sucks when you want like a bottle of really good champagne and then you get this. It's too sugary. Anyway, okay, so where shall we start? If you are a creative, right? Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. Maybe you're a writer, like a book writer. Maybe you're a songwriter. I don't know, some type of creative path. Um, I just want to like say aloud how important it is to like maintain your livelihood. You might be like, what the hell do you mean by that? What are you talking about? What are you saying? What I'm saying is like having a job, like being a server, being a bartender. Um, those are like little jobs that you can do that are consistent and provide a consistent source of income and a schedule that will allow you to like focus on your creative craft while also like ha- having your apartment, having food in your tummy, okay? Like having a bed and blankets and water and shit that you need to live. You know what I'm saying? Too often in society, like we're just seeing all of these people who are trying to make all these like they're trying to jump into creative fields and then assuming that overnight they will have success, which never happens. It never happens overnight. And so during the process of like you accumulating a following, you know, building whatever for yourself, you can still provide for yourself. That's real. And I want to like really like normalize that as being like a situation and normalize that as being a real way because uh if we don't, you're just going to be under the assumption that like you need to like living in don't normalize living in poverty. Never normalize living in poverty. Yeah. I also I saw that J. Cole came out at the 50 Cent show and basically made a statement and said, "Get Rich or Die Trying is the best rap album of all time." Get Rich or Die Trying. I grew up listening to Get Rich or Die Trying, actually. Um, I really liked that album, and I remember as it was so strange being a little kid singing Many Men, but man, as an adult, I really empathize with that song a lot. Like, here are the main portions of the lyrics. He says, "Many men wish death upon me, blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and niggas trying to take my life away. I put a hole in a nigga for fucking with me. My back on the wall, now you gon' see. Better watch how you talk when you talk about me, 'cause I'll come and take your life away. Many men, many men wish death upon me." Now, that is like the most practical song and lyrics that I feel like I might have ever heard. It just makes so much sense, especially as a male. Now, one thing I've realized as a female, like growing up, is you should never have to feel that much angst. But here's the thing, like 50 Cent grew up in an environment, in a community. And we have to continue to talk about community here because it's like in these like urban neighborhoods and these urban slums, like in places like New York, okay, in places like LA, in places like San Francisco, as we see all these like homeless people running around, all the crackheads doing all this shit, people live there. Like there are real mothers there. There are children who have to go to school amongst that. Like society still keeps going on. And like some of the rappers, I don't think all of them, but some of them are like, it's like just because someone doesn't have a rap song or like a YouTube video about their experience, that doesn't mean that their experience didn't happen. Right? Like, just because you can't explain what someone else is going through, that doesn't mean they're not going through it. Like, there's a lot of shit that happens in my day, but I don't get on and tell you guys about all of it. All of it. I just tell you about some of it. Right? And that some of it is real. That some of it is real. But it isn't everything. So I kind of wanted to also explain for a minute why, like, I don't want to be that person who's like going back now and trying to be like an advocate for rappers because I'm certainly not. But I do think that there have been some notable ones in our time, and I gotta say, like Jay-Z got a monument at the Brooklyn Museum, which if you didn't see any of that, that was pretty incredible. Like he damn, he like just the entire Brooklyn Library and the community that he grew up in, they made an ode to like his life, and they had all these like, you know, rap lyrics that he wrote, and they posted them like all over the walls, and all of his albums, they, you know, they posted them on the walls, and it was very special. It was very special. It's very interesting how sometimes like when you're in a place and someone has an experience that, or someone vocalizes an experience in a place and you listen to that or you see that and it changes something about you. Like I feel like that is the way that I feel about Green Day, right? Because Green Day is like a local band from Berkeley, and they made a lot of albums that were very particular to the politics, to um almost like to the like upper bourgeoisie, like punk angst that they feel, in the same way that, like, you know, I feel like Paramore is like the Green Day of their day, but they're like the Nashville version, and Green Day's like the Berkeley version. Um, and then even I've talked about this a little bit more, but like, you know, when I went away to college, I really found a love for Young the Giant, which is like a band that's local to the University of California. And there's something just so cool about, being on your campus and having like a local band who are students who are going through something similar at a point in time that you are, and like you guys are having that shared experience. Like there's something really cool about that. And I think as you get older, you don't get a lot of those moments because everyone does just go and like live out their lives that might not have anything to do with like your life. And so you guys like might not cross paths anymore. Um and I just think that's something interesting to say and just to like realize, because I do think a lot of people brush over how like impactful that can be. Um yeah. And lastly, I just want to talk about the sommelier course. So I am enrolling in a sommelier course, and I'm actually pretty excited about it. Um, you might be like, why? What's so special about the sommelier course? Yeah, those are all great questions. Well, I'm going to learn about wine. I'm going to learn all about wine. I also want to dive pretty deep into wine. So I think one thing that I might do is just like hopefully save enough money where like next year, I don't really work very much, maybe just 1 or 2 days a week, and then spend the entire year just, really understanding, thinking about wine, like tasting wine, having wine. Maybe just, especially there's so many rooftop bars out here, and taking some time to experience those. I know I've said it to some of you guys before, but I really want to rent the runway again. Just put on my cocktail dresses and actually go to cocktail hour. That's something that I'm going to do. So if you're here for that, we're gonna do that. Um, yeah, yeah. Also, I really want to say, like, I'm really happy with the way that this year is going so far. I really like a lot of the people that I'm meeting. I think a lot of them haven't met a person like me before, and I appreciate that in a lot of ways. um because it's like opening some people's minds to the fact that there even are people like me. um and just, yeah, I don't know, I really like and appreciate that. um Also, and I don't know if I've actually said this in like these particular words, but I do want to say it now. um at every step of your life, like, you have an opportunity to intern, work, volunteer, give your time for something that could potentially earn money. And when I was like way, way earlier in my career, I did a lot of internships, and I gained so much from those experiences. But I think that some of the things that I gained were not positive skills. Some of them were insights into racism. And what I mean by that is I got to see people in my real life, in the real world, who I know hate me. And it isn't because I did something to them, because I was a stranger, I was new to them. They didn't know anything about me, but they saw me, and because I don't know, maybe it was because I was pretty, maybe it's because I'm black, or maybe because I'm both, or maybe because I speak English, maybe I don't know what the fuck it is, but something about the way that this cookie crumbles, it really pushes a lot of people's buttons. Um and I know that I have to go forward. Like, as much as, like, a lot of times, like, I don't want to. I really don't want to. Because I'm exhausted. That's the reason. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I am. I'm so tired. I'm tired of, like, prejudice, and I'm just tired of, like, not winning. And I don't want to do that anymore. Like, I want to reach for goals that I can grab, and I want to grab them. And I want to, like, succeed. And I want to, like, ensure that I'm participating in something that, like, I have the capacity to reach and to like succeed at. And, like, I'm very serious about that. Very serious about that. It's kind of weird. Um yeah, it's a little weird to say, I'm gonna admit. I wonder, what do you guys think? There's one other thing I saw today that I did want to briefly comment on. This one was a little strange. So I saw that Bia made a little video, and it was like, she made a comment. She's like, "This is not a podcast." She said, "I'm a real rapper," right? Um, I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. Like, this is one thing I think is, like, so strange. In the black community, I feel like people are very familiar with one type of expression, right? Maybe it's violence, maybe it's like mockery, maybe it is intimidation, maybe it's rap. Okay, but there are so many types of expression, and, like, podcasting is a valid form of expression. If someone says something in a rap song, you might believe that they mean it. I don't know. You get to decide if you believe, what the person in the rap song said. I'll let you decide. Um but also, like, the person on the podcast who said something, what they said is true too, even if it's not in a rap song. So I'm not really sure what the pun she's making is. Like, she's more valid because what she says is on a rap song and somebody else says it on a podcast. Like, whichever, everyone is not interested in rap. Like, everyone doesn't think that rap is a good form of music. Like, actually, a lot of musicians do not think that rap is a good form of music the way that it stands now. A lot of the things that people are saying on rap songs are contributing toward violence, counterculture, and hypersexuality. So, and even, like, vapid materialism, which are not, like, ethical traits that you should strive for in your humanity if you aim to live a quality life. Bia. Um, so I don't know. Her boasting in the club with an Instagram, like, half naked on Instagram, being like, "I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper." Like, who is she saying this shit to, and who's supposed to be impressed? Like, I'm not. I'm not really sure. I don't know who the. I'm not even sure who. Like, I feel like I keep seeing Bia come out and be like, all these bitches hate me. Like, I wonder where the Bia haters are. Because there was a time when I didn't like Bia, but I certainly wasn't a Bia hater. I just didn't listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like everybody, people, most people, there are literally like online losers who just like, I guess they're like all chronically online, and so like they don't do anything in the real world. They're not in college. They don't like have a career or like friends or family or anything or hobbies, just nothing. Mm. But if that doesn't apply and you have even one of those things, like who would have time to just be like out here hating on Bia? That's an honest question. Like who has all this free time to just be like out here being like, we hate Bia. Fuck Bia. Like, I'm not seeing it be a thing. I'm not seeing it be a thing. I'm just not. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just not seeing that be a thing. Yeah, no. Next week, I'll have some time back. And actually, I want to talk about politics and the World Food Program in Ethiopia because there's a lot of interesting things that are happening there, but I have other stuff that I have to do this week. So I just don't have the capacity right now to like talk about that as much as I would like to. Next week that we're back, we're going to chat about it.